Hello, my name is Taher Abdel-Ghani. I'm an architect and urban researcher based in Cairo, and I want to talk about our chapter that I co-wrote with Yara, Mohamed, and Ibrahim. The title is The Walls of Cairo and Berlin, a Spatial Mnemonic Model. First of all, I had a bit of an accident, so it was just a few days ago. So sorry for the ugly sight of the cast. Our chapter mainly deals with the idea of memory as aesthetics and how we can understand the city and read the urban elements of the city through memory and non-representational aspects. And we adopt the theory of Deleuze, which is the haptic, which is the idea of sensing the elements through the process of touching or physical touch. So the idea is that collective memory is evoked through physical objects in the city. And in our chapter, physical objects are embodied in the form of the East Side Gallery in Berlin and the Mohamed Mahmoud Wall in Cairo, which is close to downtown Taher Square. And in these two walls, there were graffiti installations that actually represented or illustrated the political, social, and economic complex layers of the city. How do we understand aesthetics? Well, in our chapter, we wanted to approach aesthetics from a temporal point of view. And in that case, we wanted to show that aesthetics are not just the idea of how the city is being shown, but it's also how it's being perceived. So it's our perception of the city is considered aesthetics in a way. So it's not a static kind of perception. It's not the idea of representation, but it's also a non-representational aspect, which is the very organic and dynamic process of transformation and historical transformation that goes through the creation of memory. And in our chapter, the idea of the walls of Berlin and Cairo, they went through a process of temporalization and detemporalization since the 1960s. But there is a difference in the time frame, because the Mohamed Mahmoud Wall became quite prominent and significant in 2011 with the uprising that happened in the January 25th revolution in 2011. While the one in the East Side Gallery was in the 1960s. So it was a different time frame. It's a different historical context, but it kind of, reads the city in the same manner, in the same frequency. Lastly, we want to discuss how do we make sense of the city. I think when we wanted to approach this topic of aesthetics, we wanted to show, or we wanted to explore the idea of mnemonic memory. So mnemonic is defined by the tools or techniques that can retrieve memory. And we wanted to use the walls in Cairo and Berlin to actually make sense of memory, of collective memory, of time, of space also. And we thought that focusing on the historical layers of the city can actually bring forward an alternative reading of the city, of how organic and how dynamic it can be to the readers and to the people, to urbanists and architects who study the cities. And it's not just the idea of studying the physical elements, but it's also about the underlying social and political infrastructure of the city. So that's it. And thank you so much for Joe and Amy for their endless efforts to bring this book to the spotlight. So thank you.